Hi Leo, welcome to Magpie Moonchild. This is your monthly read, general read for the month ahead. All the housekeeping, as always, is down below. So let's see what we have for you. Oh, hello, yours want to pop already. We have the Six of Cups. The beginning of this month is about nostalgia, and remember that nostalgia can be good and bad. Yes, nostalgia reminds us of the happy times, but if we live in nostalgia too long, it can become a negative trait to have, because we can look back at all these happy memories and forget to make new ones. This would also suggest maybe there's inner child work to do. I'm also getting a trade-off, like somebody's trying to buy your love this week, or implying that stuff equals love. So I don't know if someone bought you stuff rather than give you love as you were in your formative years, but there's definitely you giving love and somebody not giving it back. And whether there's a pattern, a cycle of that happening to you, a pattern that you're kind of realising, like, oh my God, I'm always the one giving. Why does nobody give back? And reassessing those relationships that you have, the ones that are out of balance. And looking back and going, right, well, how can I adjust that? Boundaries is the answer for one part of that. But yeah, definitely going back over, reflecting, reminiscing over relationships, the ones that were positive and ones that were bad. I'm seeing patterns. Just remember, if you have to earn it, it's not love. Love is unconditional. Let's see what we've got for your second week. Three of Swords, pain. Yeah, I think by reflecting, you'll realise how much pain has been inflicted on you over the years. And the fact that that's stabbed in the back as well. It's almost like they protected themselves from those swords by using that person as a shield. And it kind of feels like you're the one that's took all the hits, and they're fine. They've used you for what they need to protect themselves, and they have allowed you to be stabbed in the back. They're probably the ones doing it as well. Stabbed in the back, and you've had chunks and heartbreak, and they're fine. But I think that's because they've never given love out. They've taken you. They've taken your love, and they've quite willingly accepted that and walked off with that. And then there's been very little reciprocal energy come back the other way. They imply that they have, but they haven't. They've taken that and not shared anything back the other way. Yeah, let's see what we've got for the third week of this. But yeah, this is about letting the tears fall, letting the pain, processing the pain, healing it so that you can move forward. Because if you ignore this pain, if you ignore this heartbreak and this backstabbing, I'm really getting backstabbing, you'll realise that they've not been what they've seemed. Betrayal. I'm getting betrayal. You'll realise that it's not what you thought it was, and that needs grieving. What you thought it was, the way you were happy or what you believed it was, you need to grieve that it's not actually that the reality is very different from what you believed it was. That's not your fault for believing it, by the way. It's just when that changes, there's an element of trauma in that change, and we have to grieve, and we have to process, and we have to get angry if we have to cry if we feel we have to. Because if we ignore them and bury it down, it comes up to haunt us. Yeah, so the third week you have this Four of Swords, which is again that healing, that processing, pulling it up. It looks a bit like she's on a therapist's couch, so if you need to talk these feelings through with someone, absolutely see if you can speak to a therapist or a counsellor. I think epiphanies are going to hit, realizations are going to hit this third week of May. And it's just kind of like, oh my God, I've just realised it's that. Oh my God, it's that. Oh my God, it's that. And I think you'll gain more and more personal power, personal belief, self-confidence as you go through and realise I've survived that. I'm working through this. And I'm worth so much more than that. And it's kind of healing your self-worth and your value. I really like it. Let's see what we've got for this end part of May. What have we got for the end of May? You have the Ace of Swords. Yes, some truths and epiphanies coming in. This is you going back over past relationships, finding clarity, looking at the actual truth of the relationships rather than what you've been conditioned to believe they are as well, I think, and realising that you have options. You can make a choice yourself. And I think you realize as you rise up and realize your own value and you're like vibing higher, people are going to try be grabbing, like they want a piece of you, they want you. Now that you're kind of coming out of those murky emotions and coming up into clarity and higher reses, they'll be going, oh my goodness, oh my god, I want to spend time with you, I want to spend time with you. And you'll have more people coming in wanting attention, more messages coming in, more people contacting you. Everybody will want a piece of you because you're amazing. Well, you are amazing because you are amazing, but you're realising it, and that's going out into the universe, and people are going, oh, I need to catch up with her. And yeah, suddenly conversations or people will start talking to you all of a sudden, and messages will come in. But it's because you're doing that healing, you're doing that work. The overall energy of this month, oh my goodness, I've just realised there's 4 swords cards and 1 6 cups, is the 9 of swords. Which is an anxious and anxiety energy. It is up at night worrying about things, overthinking things. It's okay to think things through. It's okay to sit in that anxiety for a little while, because these are strong feelings and fundamental relationships and patterns that you're trying to work out. That's why I would say get the counselling, because it'll help you organise your thoughts a little bit. And by organising your thoughts, or at least having someone help you navigate all those thoughts and emotions, it can bring in the more control we have in that situation, the more our anxiety comes down. But when these are very new emotions, we get that sense of panic because we're like, oh my god, I never realised, oh my god, this is an overwhelming feeling. Revelations, are, especially big ones, require a time of adjustment and allowing that reality to settle in. And then obviously the adjustment, the trauma of that adjustment also brings anxiety with it. Unfortunately, anxiety comes as part of these things. But I don't feel like it's going to be overwhelming anxiety as such, to the point where you can't cope. But yeah, there may be nights where you sit there at night going, da 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 da. Oh my god, they did that. Oh my god, and they did that, and they did that. Why have I allowed this to happen? You weren't aware that it was happening. So now you're aware, you can change how you allow relationships. You can set new boundaries with people, and you can change the dynamics of existing relationships, and you can change the dynamics that you will allow in ongoing relationships. But yes, I'm not going to lie, there are going to be nights where you're going to sit up at night thinking, overthinking, stressing. Maybe find meditation to help kind of ground your thoughts, because if you're up here, you're going to need to get some sort of grounding. If you're all in your head, you need to bring that energy back down. So look into grounding, or take a walk in nature, dip your feet in the sea. I find having a shower, I don't even have to wash. I mean, obviously you do wash in the shower, but you don't have to. Just get in the shower and let the water run over you, and just let it take all the negativity away. And I find that so cleansing and refreshing and grounding to do. But yeah, I kind of feel like there are revelations coming in. You're realising things. You're looking at the evidence of past behaviours. Look at the way they behaved rather than what they were saying to you, because I think their actions are speaking much louder than their words, but you're listening to their mouths, not their feet, so to speak, what they're doing. Yeah, and I think as you reflect over that with this nostalgia energy, you'll go, oh, actually, we went into it thinking there was this mutual exchange, and you took my cup and you kept your goat. Goats is something, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, they took and implied that they were giving something back, and then never gave it. It's almost like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll make it up to you, and then they never made it up to you. And then they just took again. So, and it's like a cycle of it. And so yeah, you need to start listening to people's actions rather than their words. Anyway, I hope that is of some use to you, Leo. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you at the weekly reads. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.